kind of a quick recap for us here. You guys had arrived in Waterdeep that day, early in the morning, and had made your way across town. You kind of three of you decided to follow the wagon, although Viston tried and ended up being spotted very easily by the cultists. So he decided to head off to the northern part of Waterdeep, where you can meet up with your guys' contact. The rest of you, so Taltek, Lathartha, and Scar, you guys kind of took the side roads and tried to keep track of the cultists' wagons in kind of plain view and follow them. It took much longer to traverse the city this way, but you did it and made it all the way to the north part of Waterdeep. At this point, Viston had gotten there, met with you guys' contact, who was named... Oh my gosh, I'm skipping on his name.
I finally met up with Viston and Varric.
Yeah. Oh, Varric Stonefist. Yes, that's who it was. So Viston and Varric Stone meet you guys, and you guys kind of see the caravan, the cultists' caravan appear, and they're kind of like, okay, hey, they're here. The catch is that at this point going forward, continuing to travel north, the caravans they don't hire guards. There is an actual group that they hire out that patrols and kind of keeps caravans safe going north. It's called the High Road Charter Company. So at that point, you guys are like, okay, cool, we can kind of rest for the night. So you guys can all take a long rest. And during that time, we'll say Varric receives word from Onthar and Leosin and says that they've acquired a building in Waterdeep that can be used as a base of operations for you. And they give you the bastion, essentially. The following morning, you guys gather your belongings and agree to head on the road with the High Road Charter Company in tow, continuing to travel north and continuing to follow the cultists. The cultists are heading out at the same time, or I should rephrase it, their wagons and the items they've stolen or taken are moving out. The cultists are kind of going their separate way. Little by little they've dissipated and you've lost track of them individually, but the items they have are continuing onward. That said, any questions before we get started beyond this?
Can I purchase something before I leave the city?
You may, yes.
I like amulet.
Okay.
Magic amulet.
What is the magic amulet you want to buy?
Very apt of wound closure.
What is the level of that? Like rarity, I should say.
Uncommon.
Okay. Let me pull up I believe I want to say offhand it's gonna be like 500 gold. I could be wrong. Give me 1 second. Uncommon. They changed it. They lowered all the pricing. How lucky for you. It'd be 400 gold for an uncommon item.
Can I persuade to try and get a better price?
Sure, if you want. Go ahead and roll.
21.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna roll too. Oh, I rolled a 6. Okay. Roll a d10 for me.
9.
Okay. So he'll take it down to 310 gold, but not a copper more.
And then does it matter? Do the legacy or the 2020?
We'll do 2024.
like a hand crossbow of war.
Okay. What's the rarity of that? Uncommon. 400 gold.
Can I also persuade this shopkeeper for cheaper price?
Go ahead and roll. We'll have to beat my roll.
19.
Dear Lord. You beat my roll, but not as much by last time. Roll a d10 again. Okay. He'll give it to you for 400. I'm sorry, 380.
380. Sold. Thanks, sir.
All right. Anyone else gonna buy anything? Any last moment supplies?
I'm good.
Lothartha? Bastion?
I'm good.
Oh no, never mind. I thought it was gonna be. I was gonna ask about the amulet of proof of instinct. What I'm thinking is.
No, that one will protect you against like scrying or divination.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Is there a particular amulet you're looking for?
I thought there was one against an amulet against, it's like a protection. I saw.
I don't think there's an amulet for that. There's like a brooch of magic missile protection.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. Well, if you,
we're always gonna be in a place eventually. So.
yeah, you guys will move along pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys collect your belongings, join the caravan. There is the person that's leading the caravan, the person that's in charge of the High Road Charter Company, is a human by the name of Ardrid Bifru. Brifru Hugh. I'm mispronouncing his last name. It's Brifherhew. Bifherhew. Wow.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Bifherhew.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
His first name is spelled Ardred, so it's Ardred. I thought I picked some weird names, but Jesus. But the wagons, or the what's going on from here is there is 6 supply wagons, 12 people escorting, and 24 laborers that are marching with you guys. The 3 wagons as well for the cultists are kind of tagging along too. There is a group of cultists. Taltek, you recognize the couple that have been like blaming you before for the death of their brother. They are giving you dirty looks as you guys head out of Waterdeep. They are not happy to see you, but you guys don't have any problems. Nobody's going to start a fight with you currently over it. So all in all, yeah, there's about 100 people in this caravan moving north.
That's a lot of people.
Well, between wagons, there's 6 supply wagons, 12 escorts. So let's say there's 2 people per wagon. So that's 12. 12 escorts, that's 24. There are 24 laborers. So you're already at 50. Not to mention you guys and the cultists. So it's roughly about 100. But anything you guys want to do as your final departing Waterdeep? The city's in your rearview mirror. Bye, Waterdeep.
No.
No?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Well then, I want one of you, doesn't matter who, go ahead and roll a d20 for me here.
Just a flat D20 or
Just a flat d20.
is it for like a survival check or anything?
Nope. Just a straight
Okay,
d20.
I will. And 11.
All right, nothing happens. Yay. All right, so you guys are on the road for about 3 or 4 days. You guys are heading to, like, through this conversation and where you guys are heading to. You guys talk to some of the guards that are there. They're friendly. They're talkative. They're on the road. They're used to this kind of stuff. Nobody really seems to hold a grudge or expects a whole lot of trouble. They do say that occasionally monsters or bandits will attack, but there's enough of them. They're used to it. If they get overwhelmed, they might need some help from you guys, which you're like, all right, sure, we can help you guys with that. But for 3 days, nothing happens. They tell you the next major stopping point is a roadhouse. It's about 4 days away. It's called the Carnath Roadhouse. And it used to be abandoned for decades. It was just an abandoned, like, kind of roadhouse. But with the guilds and the caravan leaders, like these guys, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting their name already. The High Road Charter Company, they've kind of been putting money into stops along the road, and so they've rebuilt the charter house. So it's a stopping point, which is where the next place will be. Somebody else other than Caden, go ahead and roll a d20 for me here.
Alrighty.
A 1. Nothing happens. Nobody gets angry or mad, so far as you can tell. Okay. Well then, what I want to have everyone do, all of you guys, roll a perception check for me here.
Perception
I
check.
out what I picked.
Wow.
9.
Okay.
I used all my good rolls buying things.
You did.
Clearly.
Back-to-back ones, bro.
22.
Okay. So over the 4 days of travel, you guys, everyone except for I will say the guy in charge of the High Charter Company, he doesn't seem to notice. He's got other things on his mind. But Scar and Viston and Lathartha, you guys definitely overhear, and multiple people throughout overhear the arguments of the one guy who had his brother get killed. He's been talking it up about how Taltek killed his brother, how he wants revenge. Nothing ever comes of it the whole time, but everybody's kind of like giving, like, looking at between the two of them of like, okay, this, like, there's some serious animosity. It's kind of that you hear about it and you're like, oh yeah, blow it off, and then as time goes on, you're just waiting for the fight to happen. And it's kind of that sensation, you're just waiting for the powder keg to explode. Taltek, you have no clue. You're just like, look at my new shiny sword. It's so pretty. Yay.
It looks pretty.
It looks pretty. But it doesn't have any blood on it yet. Not yet. But okay.
There will be.
Yeah, there will be, potentially. All right, so at the end of the 4th day, you arrive at the Carnath Roadhouse. It looks exactly what you would expect. It's a supply depot for road builders. It is essentially a 2-story building with kind of stables and like a miniature warehouse attached to it on the ground floor. And then the top floor is going to be more of like where there are rooms, and there's a kind of like a small seating eating area. I'll send you guys a picture of it. Actually, you guys can go ahead and pull up the map. It'll be on the map. The map. Yeah. The map. And JJ, you can. Yeah, he's the guy that's in charge of this place. And that's his name, Bog Luck. For that spell, JJ, if you want to just add it to add a scroll that's at that level, and then just change the name for it, you will have that available to you.
I tried. I was trying to add it, and it's not letting me.
Okay, what level spell is that for this sphere? I think it's what,
4th level.
4th? Okay. Help if I spell right.
You can always copy it and paste.
Nope, I got it. So it's been added to your character sheet.
Thank you.
And you just need to refresh. It's gonna call it a legacy scroll, but that's fine. We just need to make sure it's there so you know what it is.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. So the person in charge of this place, his name is Bog Luck. He is a burly half orc. He's got one of his teeth missing, like it's cut in half, like he broke it, or like no, I don't think it broke it, like it got hit, and then it like went through, and it's kind of got a scar right on his lip, right where it looks like a sword or something hit it and broke the tooth. He just burly, kind of has his arms folded and looks down at everybody that walks in. But you guys are welcome to kind of hang out. They do pull the wagons in, and all the supplies, everything gets unloaded. The horses are put in the various stalls and allowed to rest. Everyone go ahead and roll a perception check.
13.
Well,
All right. Well, Taltech actually got the high roll this time. So,
you got the high roll. I got the low roll.
yeah. Okay. So anybody rolled looks like a 10, or I'm sorry, a 12 or higher. You notice that there is on Bogluck, he's wearing a short sword, but it's very decorated in like dragons motif. It's the only thing that looks valuable that he's wearing. Otherwise, he's wearing common clothing that looks like he's just used to working hard work. So it seems it's off centering. It's kind of like something one of these doesn't match for whatever reason. But he does take pride in it. Whenever like something gets dirty on it, like if he brushes against something that's dirty, he'll polish off the dragon motifs on it. They're kind of a goldish color on the scabbard. But Taltech, you do notice for when they're unloading the supplies, the cultists' wagons, their supplies gets put into a different room. And Bog locks the door behind him after that room. It's this room right down here. And it appears that he is the only key into that room as far as you can tell. But yeah, so you guys are welcome to hang out and do what you want. You guys are there for at least a while until you guys want to continue onward.
So this is why this is. Oh, okay.
Yes, so it's kind of so the ground floor, which is open. I'm trying to point to it with my hand, and I need to use the pointer.
Perfect.
I know you can see exactly where I'm pointing.
Yeah, right there.
Right here. So this area, so it's just a big open area. The whole building is enclosed. But this area is open and it's supplies. So everybody, the guys pulled the wagons in. Everything's unloaded. The horses are put into the stalls. But this is a big open area. And then there's a set of stairs here and here that go up to the second floor. And on the second floor is where there are various rooms for you guys to stay.
Lockpicking supplies.
Well, you should have. Too bad. This room, I'm sorry, this hallway, right? This stairs up next to the doorway that Bog has the key to, leads to kind of a kitchen area. It's just giant mess hall, essentially. So there's everybody kind of gets up there, like after everything's unloaded. But everybody, like from the entire caravan, including all of the guards, everybody kind of shuffles up there for an evening meal. Everyone's like, hey, let's drink, swap stories, all that fun stuff. There is a cook, and his name is Grizzle Pete. That's his name. He's the cook, Grizzle Pete.
Okay, well, clearly the cultists segregated everyone else under more security than.
And as a heads up, they're talking mad shit about you.
Yeah, they won't regret
for whatever reason.
No offense, it's you, even though it clearly wasn't.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I think it's best if I'll take you and him kind of keep your distance.
Or
Although you do have a shiny sword that you don't have blood on yet, so
Yeah, but I'd rather not start a fight with everyone.
That doesn't mean everyone's gonna be.
well, not everyone.
Let's just keep our heads down and not start trouble.
yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, so your characters are on the map if you guys want to move your characters wherever.
Table.
Around the table. Okay, put them up there. All right, are you guys having this conversation about not starting a fight? Pretty hush-hush to yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check just to see if you guys can
Yes.
keep quiet.
Do
17.
I need to roll with my disadvantage?
You do not in this case, no.
18.
And
So I
then
don't
armor
get to roll
20.
with disadvantage?
Yeah, just roll normally. No disadvantage.
Why would you have disadvantage?
Because they wear
I have disadvantage.
heavy armor.
The armor.
Oh.
Yeah.
How would I do that? Because it's automatic. But I just.
But your armor's not gonna,
So just-
amplify your voice.
Yeah, so just go ahead and roll, Caden. And it should tell you,
Oh.
well, so when you rolled, it should give you 2 numbers it should have given you.
It only gave me one.
Okay, so you're fine. You didn't have to roll disadvantage then. That is what you roll. So you guys are talking pretty quietly about like everything's downstairs, and then you guys get to the conversation of not wanting to start a fight, and Viston's like, I really would prefer not to start a fight here, you guys. And he says that a little bit too loud, and the whole room kind of dims, like quiets a little bit as everyone stops talking and looks over at you. And the brother, the one that's still alive, he's drinking. Let's see if he's drunk enough.
Oh no.
Oh, he rolled a 3. He is not sober enough for everything for this right now.
I like blackout.
No, not blackout, but he is going to drunkenly stand up and be like, "You want to start a fight? He killed my brother. I want blood." And everyone just kind of like, okay. And then Bog just sitting in the corner, and he's got his foot up on one of the chairs, and he kind of goes, "Not in here. If you have any gripes, do it outside. Got that?" And the other guy goes, "Ugh." Slams his mug down and goes, "I'm good with that. You and me right now." And then he drunkenly storms outside. You gonna follow him, Teltec?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys
Oh,
are.
brother.
You guys get outside. We'll say you're just outside the door, because I don't want to put you guys too far off the map.
Like right.
Yeah. Let me get it.
I'm sure there might be other people wanting to see this.
Oh.
Gruesome fight.
Oh yeah. They want to watch.
Yeah. One of you, y'all might want to go. Open, check the door. Check the door.
Okay.
Oh.
You.
All right, Teltec, go ahead and roll an initiative for me here.
13.
All right.
Gotta love that advantage.
All right, so we're starting combat. You are first, Teltec. He kind of stumbles out. These guys got a sword for it. Got a long sword on his hip. But he kind of looks at you and goes, "I'm gonna kill you. You killed my brother." And he kind of draws his sword, takes a stumbled step back, and you can attack first.
Alright. Remember, wanted to. 24 to hit.
24 hits.
I'm eating popcorn.
15.
15.
Oh, wait. 18.
Okay.
I can treat ones and twos as 3.
All right. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. Well, that brings it to his turn. He gets 2 longsword attacks. His first to hit is a 12.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm 5 now.
Uh-huh. That's why I asked. He rolled a 12 and a 16, so he's gonna miss.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing the right one. Okay.
Can I slip back inside?
Yeah. Make a stealth check. I'll give you advantage because there's a crowd. Everybody's outside kind of watching this.
Everyone, yeah.
You have advantage because nobody's really paying attention to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, 11. You kind of work your way back in. A couple people kind of glance at you, but don't really seem to pay attention or care.
Just, Mo's on back. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
where you said it was right here.
Yeah, so let me ping it.
I just want to see the door somewhere.
Right there. So that door is locked for sure.
Oh, no.
All right. Talentech, does a 16 hit you, by the way?
It does not.
Okay.
AC at 19.
Then it is your turn. He just swings wildly at you.
$17.
17, exactly what you need to hit him.
Perfect.
Hit him in the dick.
Imagine hurt.
Who said that?
19.
Okay, he's still up.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
Another 18.
Okay. He's looking really bad. Go ahead and I want to say Scar and Vistan, make a perception check for me here.
20.
Okay. Okay. So you, Vistan, you see it. Scar, you don't. But you, Vistan, you catch just briefly as the thug, essentially, as he's kind of stumbles backwards into one of it, like the crowd. You see somebody actually cast a healing wound, like cure wounds on him, to heal him. It is one of his friends, so you know they're kind of cheating in that sense for it here a little bit. Taltech is definitely still has the advantage, but it's definitely not just Taltech versus this one guy. Do you want to say anything about it? Like, the healing that was done doesn't seem like it's gonna really do a whole lot for what Taltech's doing.
Sure, I'll call his friends out.
Okay, what do you say?
Man, I thought this would just be a one-on-one fight. You got your friends over there healing you, bud. That doesn't seem fair at all.
He kind of goes, I don't need them, and he pushes his friends back, and they kind of go, okay, fine. They kind of do that, like, hands up, okay, fine, whatever. If you don't need our help, whatever. We're not going to help then. All right, it is now the veteran's turn, or the thug's turn. Ooh, we got a 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
He does 7 points of damage.
And
And he rolled a 20 again to hit.
okay.
And then this,
7 and
so a 9 and a 7 for the 2 points. 2 slashing bits of damage he does to you. Anything else? Or he doesn't do anything else. It's going to be your turn, Taltech.
yeah, reduce that damage by 3 for each one. So
It'd be 10 then.
all right,
Yep, it's your turn.
23.
Definitely hits.
Oh, how's that door going?
We'll come back.
Well,
We'll come to JJ afterward. Don't worry.
23.
Okay. How do you want to end him? Or you don't have to kill him if you don't want to, but you get the impression nobody really cares if you do. Like, this is a fight between you and him.
It's gonna be worse if I don't.
Um,
So I'm gonna grab him by his neck and take my greatsword, ram it through his gut, up out the back between his shoulder blades.
Okay. So as you, so greatsword's like 6 feet long. It's pretty big. So you kind of run towards him, jam it up, grab him by the shoulder, and you just shove, like, and he just blood splatters like behind you because he's kind of like over your shoulder. He kind of like, and he looks at you, and he goes, "Oh, you bastard! You killed my brother. To hell with you." To hell with you. Oh, and then he just, like, you feel his body go limp, and you just slowly, like, lower your sword, and he just slides off the end of it, dead. A couple people are like, yeah, okay, cool. And there's just some mumbling, and then people are like, all right, well, that was uneventful. Whatever. But they kind of leave the body to his friends to deal with. While that's going on, Lathartha, you make your way back in to the door. It is locked. So you have about 20 seconds of free time before they start walking back in.
Is there any other openings besides, the door? Is there any, like, windows?
There is not. No. It's a storage room inside the, like, building. There's no openings or doors. Other than that door, there's no other openings in it. It's a pretty solid room.
I don't know. That's not what Taffy said.
It's because Taffy woke up and she wants attention.
Taffy disagrees.
Taffy disagrees with everything unless it's treats. Yeah. Oh, hi, Taffy. Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there's literally nothing. It's all pretty.
Yep.
I mean,
Everyone's gonna hear that.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna see it when they walk in because they have to walk in by the door. They're gonna go back upstairs probably, and they have to walk by that doorway.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk by the now burning giant hole in the wall.
Why is there a hole in the wall?
curious.
That was
Yeah.
Something new has happened.
No, what? Those rock, naturally would be like.
So the only thing that can open it is fog.
Mm-hmm. He has a key on it that he wears on his, like, belt.
Yeah.
Taffy, go distract. Go.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, Lothartha. So unless you're gonna bust a hole through or do something,
No, I'm just gonna start heading back in.
okay. So you start heading up the stairs. Right as you kind of start making your way up the stairs, you hear the door open, the outside doors. So like where Taltech was and everyone else, and you hear everybody coming back in. Alas, I can't look at what's next because Taffy has commandeered both my hands. Oh my gosh, Taffy.
That guy died.
Yeah, the rest of the cultists kind of give you guys a wide berth. They definitely, like, the last you see of them is they're dragging their friend's body off to the side. They are rummaging through his pockets though. Like, they're just like, all right, whatever. Somebody takes his boots.
That's rough.
You should have taken his head, Taltech.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I get in trouble if I have head.
Yeah.
Also, it probably reconnect.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, at the moment, you get the impression like everybody's kind of like nobody cares. Like everyone's like, it was talked about enough over the last few days that everyone's kind of like, it's just that powder keg waiting to explode. And the cultist guy hadn't been shy about saying that he was going to kill you. It was either him or you.
Oh yeah.
So they just, most people just seem to be like pat you on the back and be like, hey, I guess that problem's over. And that's just kind of that. They just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is very dead.
He's very, very dead.
Super dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, your shiny sword has blood on it now.
All right. Well, unless you guys want to do anything else, you guys can go ahead and camp for the night.
Really like to get in that storage room. I mean, I can absolutely get into that storage room, but it's gonna cause a thing.
What do you guys want to do?
No, I don't feel like fighting 50 colors.
Well, because one person has a key is above you.
I have a universal key. It's called Portable Ram.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Which a portable ram.
Portable ram.
I tell you what, a portable ram is the greatest thing that you can carry.
It's pretty cool.
It is a +4 bonus to strength check. Just when.
So what did I miss?
Nothing much.
We were discussing the door,
Mm-hmm.
and can't get in the door.
We don't have a rogue.
Nope.
What
And
is
my
it?
sleight of hand is not good.
And mine isn't good either.
Unless we can get him drunk. Like super drunk, but I don't.
No, you're pretty confident he would not be one of those. He's the one in charge of this place,
Yeah.
so him being
He wouldn't
he wouldn't.
get to that.
It's not what he would do.
But I could distract him.
We can ask him about his dagger. Like,
And whose charisma is highest?
where is it located? Okay, in relation to the dagger. Where is?
He kind of keeps the keys like on the on his belt in the front, like on his right leg, essentially. Like it hangs from his hip on his front leg, on the right leg, so it's kind of hanging right like in front. You can see him when he's walking. It's kind of like the kind of like the groined area, like where the hip groined area is. That's where it kind of hangs right there. The scabbard is so he has a short sword, and the short sword scabbard is what's decorated. The sword itself is pretty plain and simple.
What side is it on?
It's on his left. Opposite sides, technically.
Do I recognize where this sheathing shiny weapon comes from?
Because it's darkened.
No, so it's just a scabbard, but it's just decorated with a dragon designs on this on the scabbard. It's got a variety. They're all colored in like a gold or a silver color for the dragons, but it's just very generic. It's not like, oh, this represents this kind of dragon. It just looks more elegant. Like it was either a gift or he bought it because he liked it, and then it's just something unique in that sense. It just stands out on him because he's wearing very like browns and tan colored clothing, very workman, and then he's got this shiny scabbard that he takes care of.
Well, it's what overnight and the stuff is.
You have no idea. You guys definitely are be hearing overnight. I mean, you guys don't have to just rest overnight. You guys can do other things at night.
In the corner of
I mean, you could certainly light the building on fire. That is an option.
No.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
just
Fire
no.
Sorry, there's two people talking at once. What was that?
Light it on fire stealthily.
I mean, not really. No.
Like a stone wall.
I mean, the wall, the outer walls are stone, but the inner walls and the roof are gonna be wood or slate. No, Taffy, don't push on the screen. You knocked it over last time, silly.
All right. Well, if we really need to get into that room, there's the key, or it's going to be pretty obvious that we got into that room.
Yeah.
I think we should just kind of, you know, we already got enough trouble as is with the veteran guy or the cult guy. We got you fought, I should say.
Right though.
Not really, no.
Not really. No. Feels fun though.
They're kind of
Yeah. Yeah, it was very satisfying to see.
yeah.
Is there anywhere to hide in that area?
I mean, nobody, like the rooms people would stay in are not down there. Everything's up above, but there is like a balcony that looks down into the space. So if you're going to that door, like it's not, you're not quiet about it. If somebody looked down over the railing, they're gonna see you.
Okay, that's what I.
It's not going to be quiet endeavor. We have to wait till everyone.
I mean, which you can totally do if you want.
But again, then we're in the same position. Me or I'm going through it hook, line.
It's not like we have a person.
And who has the highest charisma here.
I might be able to intimidate him.
But you do have a battering ram, so
I do. Or I might be able to persuade him. Maybe.
We could persuade him. I have a +7 for persuasion.
Then you may want to go do that. You may want to. Okay, here's an idea. We'll talk to Bog. Tell him that, you know, just part of your round, guard duty, make sure that the supplies are all accounted for. Inventory below.
I don't think that would work.
No, till you.
I highly doubt that would.
As he said, you never know till you try.
you have a +7 to persuasion.
Roll a 20.
Even then, I feel
Roll
like
a
that's
1
going to
and you
be
didn't buy it.
the way. I feel like that'd be like kind of like the kobold roll from the camp. That make it possible.
Well, just tell him that you got to inventory the supplies. You got to make sure that everything's accounted for. That you had some discrepancies on another list, and you got to make sure that everything.
Cards? Are we? Cards.
You are not, no.
No,
But I mean, you
exactly. Which is
But I mean, so for our context, Bog doesn't know what items were brought here that are yours or not. That's not his job. That's not what he's been doing for any of this. So he just kind of, I mean, if you walk in and say, "Hey, my items are locked in that room, and I want to verify that they're safe," you can certainly go and try and do that and convince him.
Check on my items.
It's up to you.
And we could potentially kill him if he doesn't, you know, like.
That's a very bad idea. That's like so bad it should not even be on the table.
That's what Suffocate's for.
JJ is becoming a Darth Lord.
You're being too influenced by tall top because of
Look, I have fireball.
You're like, look, things just
Musician.
just die, okay?
Chromatic
I can
orbs
sculpt
all
it.
around.
You'll be fine.
We both got chromatic orb.
3 of us have chromatic orb, actually.
Yeah.
still,
No.
I'd rather not.
All right,
Just got
I'm gonna go up to
big
Bog.
trouble.
Okay, so who's going up to Bog? I heard somebody's going
I'm
up to Bog.
Bog.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him, hey, look, my supplies that are in the caravan got mixed in with the stuff that got brought downstairs. I just want to make sure that it is separated from other people's things and they don't get mixed together. Is
Okay.
that a possibility?
Make a persuasion check.
17.
Okay. I mean, he kind of looks at you for a moment and looks you up and down. And he goes, "Ugh, you're the one that got rid of that drunkard, I hear." And he kind of looks, kind of tilts his head and looks over at your shoulder at your sword. He goes, "Nice weapon that you got there. Has it got a name?"
Not yet.
Pity. Well, how much stuff do you think was mixed in with others?
Well, I believe it was just one crate.
All right, follow me. And he kind of gets up and heads down to the room. I'm trying to click on him and it's not working. He unlocks the door, and he lets you guys in. He lets you in. So you find that this room here it's a storage room, just like you'd seen before. And there are various crates, but there's another door over here that he goes to and stands in front of. And you notice that as you kind of look around, none of the crates from the cultists are in this room with you.
It look good, I guess.
Right now, though, it is just the two of you in the room looking around. Go ahead and make a deception check for me here, Taltech.
Oh boy. Had to pick that one.
You're gonna just try and deceive him that you are finding your crate and making sure it's present.
15.
Okay. He kind of motions to you, and as you're looking over one of the crates, it's definitely not yours, and you don't have anything. But he sees you kind of like looking at it, and he goes, "Did you find your stuff? Everything okay?"
No, I didn't. I mean, is there any other stuff that got brought in? I know there was a bunch of crates that got brought in. I know my stuff's not out the wagon. Really hoping it just didn't get left behind in Waterdeep.
Make another deception check.
16.
He kind of looks around the room. He kind of shuffles some stuff and goes, "Oh, what about this one?" You're like, "No, it's not that." You guys spend about 10 minutes looking, and you're like, "No, it's just not here." Like, you're like, "Is there anywhere else?" And you point to the other room. He goes, "Maybe is it in the other room?" Well, you're kind of like, "What's in the other room?" And he tells you this is where the personal stashes for personal items from that are items that are told by him that need to be secured, extra secure. And he kind of sighs. He goes, "Well, it's possible that somebody got something mixed up in here." And he goes and he opens the door and he motions for you to kind of go in. But he is standing there hovering over the doorway looking at you. But you can see in that room.
All I can do is look.
You can step in and take a look.
Alright. Take a step inside.
Make a perception check. Let me double check something. You notice that like all of the cultist crates, all of them are in this room. You do notice that. You do. I'm gonna give it to you. You find one crate or one small little like box chest, about the size of a footlocker, a little bit bigger, or I'm sorry, a little bit smaller than a footlocker. That is not marked, and it looks like it was just haphazardly put on top of one of the boxes for the cultists. and like you're looking through it, like looking through everything else, and you're just like, yeah, this is my box. You have no idea what's inside of it though at the moment, but you're just kind of like, yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, my box. What I was looking for right here.
And he goes, all right.
Very much.
He goes, well, no problem. And he just kind of motions for you to get out. Yes, Taffy, I know. So mean of me. And then he locks the door behind you as you exit, and he motions for you to kind of make your way out.
Hey guys, I'm kind of getting concerned. Should one of us check on Alpha? Make sure he isn't doing something,
I
stupid.
mean, that's just favorable. Sure. He has a battering ram. He'll be fine.
All right, Bog locks the door behind you guys as you leave and goes back upstairs.
There
There
it is.
you are.
All right. I got my stuff. But it's stuff. My stuff.
Okay, it is locked. It is a small little lock on it.
So it has a padlock on it?
Yeah, it's a small little like personal lock.
Oh, he can keep it. Is it like big enough where he can fit, or small enough he can fit it kind of under his cloak, or?
No, so it's a foot locker, so it's maybe about
Duffel bag.
yeah, it's a little bit bigger than a duffel bag. It's probably like 2 feet wide, or 2 feet wide, maybe a foot deep, and a foot tall.
Would we be able to fit it in the bag of holding?
It would, for sure. But you guys are kind of like, he's carrying this thing and you're kind of like up where everyone else is. You definitely stole somebody's footlocker.
Yeah, I need to go. So
Yeah, here. Let's put it away in the bag.
someone go get us a room, and I'm gonna go wait downstairs.
Okay, so the rooms are not like individualized. Everyone's kind of assigned a room. They're bunk rooms essentially. So each room holds anywhere from 4 to 6 people. So we'll say the 4 of you get your own little room, and we'll say this is your room right here.
All right, I'm gonna put the footlocker down in the middle of the ground, and I'm gonna start hitting it.
Okay.
Lock.
Make a strength check. Actually, what is your strength?
19.
Okay, you kind of just reach down and like grab the lock in your hand and you just twist and you break the metal. Like, you don't break the lock, you break the metal clasp where the lock was held. You just
Perfect.
twist and break it.
So glad you're so strong.
Let's see what we got.
There are several pairs of clothing in there for a gnome, so definitely too small.
Perfect.
There are a couple of letters written in Gnomish. Do any of you speak Gnomish?
They're kind of like goblins. Same thing, right?
Not even close.
No, but I can use the spell of comprehend language.
I also have tongues, so.
I mean, I know comprehend languages will let you read them. I don't know if tongues will. I think tongues let you speak any language. I don't know if it lets you read any language.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. Tongues could do it. I have no idea. I just and then there is there's 2 small pouches in there as well. One is a pouch of gems and the other is a pouch of coin.
Well, it says that hears or sees, so if I see writing, wouldn't I understand it?
You would, yes. You absolutely would.
All right, so I give one to Scar, one to Bastion.
Okay. If you guys are going to cast those spells to mark them off. Okay. They are love letters.
No.
Yeah. And you find there's 3 letters in total. 2 of them are love letters to, it seems like somebody's significant other. Looks like one is saying that they love each other and they're going to get married. The first one is like, hey, I love you. Proposal. When I get back, we'll get married. Second one is I agree. Perfect. The third one is the marriage proposal itself. Like, this will be what we're going to do, what to accept for the marriage. This is what I'm going to give your father for your hand. And it lists out all the money that you just stole.
Fuck the suck.
Yeah. So there are 25 gems.
Nice.
Each of them is worth 10 gold.
Nice.
And then there is, we'll say, 200 silver pieces, 57 gold pieces. And I don't know, I'm just randomly making up numbers. And that's it. So this guy, is going to give, 500 plus ish gold or whatever for somebody's hand in marriage that you just stole. You just ruined somebody's life.
Nice.
7 gold.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, go
I
ahead.
threw in a people's lives. That's great. I love it.
Those bags in my bag.
Okay.
I stole it fair and square. Y'all didn't want to do anything. I stole it.
There's gonna be one very unhappy woman out there, no longer getting married.
Fuck.
Have we noticed any gnomes on the way?
There are 2 in the caravan. Yes.
Gotta make it look like the cultists did it.
I mean, you guys. Bog was not subtle. He knows somebody took the chest. He knows who took it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
Apparently, he is going to be proposing to a gnome.
No, Bog is not. Somebody else.
No. Taltech. Get rid of the clothes. Keep the letters. So easy to close.
I would just say shove everything in the bag of holding.
Well, in that storage room, there's no, like, in the primary room, 2 rooms, so a big room and a little room. In the big room, it just looks like a supply crate. It just came off the wagon. So I managed to get them to let me into a smaller room. And it appears to be like personal effects. And there's what looks like a lot of cultist stuff.
Taltech, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me real quick. Just a straight intelligence roll.
That's 15.
Okay. The first room, like where the supplies were, that none of the cultist stuff, like when you watched him use the key, like it seems like it's a very simple key. Like nothing super fancy. It does, like, looking at the key he used and locking it. It's kind of like one of those old-fashioned doors where it's just a pin and a piece of metal coming down. Nothing super fancy. No, like, nothing unique about the key. The key getting into the secure room where the cultist stuff was, that was much more unique.
Okay. So he uses 2 separate keys, one to get into the main room, and a more specific, complicated key to get into a smaller room where cultist stuff is.
If only you guys had a rogue. Only.
Right.
So much easier.
I've got a horrible ram. It's almost as good. I can't get back in there without waking everyone between here and Waterdeep. But if we can cause enough of a disturbance that we have to start, like, evacuating the building, we may be able to make enough of a scene to start sorting through some of it.
You want to go find an owlbear?
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. It's,
I mean, an owlbear would be a great distraction. It would want to eat the horses.
so it's a fireball.
What is that?
An owl bear?
Just a bear?
It's an
Yeah, it's like a
owlbear.
bear with owl
Features.
features.
Cool.
Yeah, it's big.
So we need to bring one here.
That is a bad idea.
That is a very bad idea.
Don't feel like getting ate.
Well, you want to cause a distraction.
Fire is a good distraction.
It is, but that would also have me cost my second, third level. So
I mean, it's a pin. There's 10 here. Fucking knock one over.
well, I could. I mean, I have a lot of fire spells.
Did we notice that the room was still full when we left, or was there people still there?
What do you mean, like full? Or people still there?
Like, were people around, or did pretty much everyone up to their?
No, everyone was still eating. Like, you guys kind of went to your room. People will be probably retiring for the evening soon. Do you guys just want to wait until everybody kind of seems to go to sleep?
Yeah, we can knock some lanterns over and burn some shit down.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will let you guys know from a narrative standpoint, like not just narrative, but like a physical room standpoint. If you guys create, like, this is an enclosed space. So if there's a fire or anything, people are going to be inside trying to put the fire out. And the people are not going to just run out of the building and go, "Oh well, we're leaving the building." That's not how things happen in this world.
Right.
There's no firefighters, so it's water. Like,
Yeah.
people are going to go get buckets and try and pour water in.
I have a fear spell.
So hold on real quick. So this right here is a well. So people are quite literally going to grab buckets and grab from the well to try and put the fire out, whatever it is. And you guys will be expected to help put the fire out.
Yeah, so fire is not a good idea. Let's just that.
I do have an illusion spell.
I'm open to suggestions.
I think for right now, we just kind of keep our heads down. Keep our eyes and ears open.
Well, I have a fear spell. Illusion spell. Let's see. Each creature in 30-foot zone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
But then that would be pretty obvious that you're doing a spell or something like that, which would give you away. Yeah. Which would not be a good idea.
What about the horse being loose?
I mean, you guys could do it. It'd be a little tough.
Are we in like near forest area, or is it?
I mean, there's a like outside of the Roadhouse, within maybe 100 feet of it, it's pretty clear. But then you have the road, and then like behind the Roadhouse by about 100 feet, it kind of leads into a swamp like area.
What lives in the swamps in D&D?
Lots of nasty things. Let's see, there'd be like trolls, ogres, lizard folks, lizards, giant frogs, bullywugs, crocodiles, alligators.
Hard to kill?
Or what?
Are trolls hard to kill?
I mean, they regenerate, so yes.
We're not getting a troll.
Well, if you wanted a distraction, that's what I'm trying to help with.
Let's just kind of let the next day or two play out and see how things go. That might be the best option.
Have to suffocate the gnomes. The party.
Yeah.
All right. We're just gonna see how this all plays out, and I guess we'll just go to bed.
Do we put the thing in the bag of holding?
I would say put everything that we got from the storeroom in the bag of holding.
Throw the footlocker in there, throw the clothes in there, throw the in there.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Okay, so just gonna call that a night then. We're trying to get into that storeroom.
I want to.
I want to, but y'all don't want to get up there or roll for this trap.
So I'll help you guys out. I'll help you guys out a little bit here. So you guys want to get in. So we'll say that you guys go, okay, let's just wait for everybody to go to bed. That's your first move. So you guys wait a few hours. You hear the commotion start to die down. You hear people going to their rooms. And it gets to be about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty quiet. You guys kind of peer out. And everyone seems to be asleep. You do hear and see kind of a couple, like there's 2 people that seem to be walking around. You can see the lantern light outside. They're like watching the building, just kind of patrolling, making sure nothing attacks or anything happens. But otherwise, the rest of the building seems pretty empty or quiet. There's no one rushing around. There's no, nobody standing guard or anything like that. The patrols that you can hear or see are outside the building at the moment.
Okay, so I think we can get into that first door.
I think it'd be best if you and I also kind of stay behind because we're loud.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm just saunter, flunking around.
Maybe he got hungry. Or
I have an idea.
okay. Is the floor super creaky or is it pretty sturdy?
It's sturdy enough. I mean, what, like, are you guys
Sturdy
gonna
enough.
try? Are you guys trying? So there's a big difference. If you guys are trying to be quiet and stealthy, I need you guys to roll stealth checks. If you guys are just walking around to walk around, like to go get food or something, then you don't necessarily have to be quiet.
Gotta be stealthy first.
I mean, it's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do. Do you guys want to try and be stealthy?
I'd say just walk.
Yeah, let's just walk down there.
Okay. So you guys make your way down, and as you're walking, one of the guards does kind of look in the door, and he goes, "Hey, what, you guys need something?"
No, I'm just round you for something to eat.
No. Okay. And he says, "The cook usually keeps something in the pantry up top," and he just points and then closes the door and goes about his business.
Perfect. Okay, who's got something to try and stick in this lock?
Yeah, we can just establish that none of us really have any lockpicks.
Well, you don't need a lockpick. I just need something to jam in there and try and open it up.
Here, you guys will be down here,
Oh yeah.
not upstairs.
There should be something in here. Maybe you said you need something long and low. Gotta be some kind of wire.
So Taltek, you go up to the door, and you look at it and go, "We might need something." Go ahead and make just a strength check. Actually, you don't even have to roll. You kind of look at the door and grab the handle and turn, and you break the lock.
Perfect.
It's a cheap $2 lock. It's just there to keep things out.
Didn't do something.
I'm gonna keep Veston, you should keep a lookout right here with food while we go check out the thing.
Okay, well, so you guys enter into that room. Give me the marching order. Who's going into the first room?
Oh, wait. I mean, he can't just say, like, hey, guys, there's someone's coming.
Well, first things first, you guys open the door. Taltek opens the door. Who's the marching order and who's going in first with the door?
I'm going in first.
Okay. Who's going in second?
I'll go.
Okay. Lethartha, are you going in third?
Yeah.
Okay. Viston, where are you?
I guess like I'm gonna stay where my character is, just keep on kind of have watch or something like that.
Okay. So Taltek, you open the door, take a few steps in, and Scar, you kind of step in right behind him. So Taltek, you get to about there. Scar, you're there. Arthur, you're there. And right there. And you all hear this commotion, and you're like, "What the heck?" You look over towards the door, the other door, and you see these two beady eyes of this lizard-like creature looking at you. And I need all of you to roll initiative.
Cool.
As lizard folk look at you.
Even me?
Even you.
Perfect.
You're all there.
I would like to make everybody aware that everybody everybody except for Veston
Yeah.
gets to roll initiative with.
But I still roll initiative, right, Leslie?
Yes, everybody rolls initiative.
Do I roll again?
If you have advantage, yes. You roll twice and take whichever one's higher.
Yeah, so my hand,
17. It doesn't matter.
my hand crossbow is supernatural readiness. Applies to anybody within 30 feet. Allies within 30 feet. Each subject has advantage on it.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, so Viston, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 12.
12. Okay. Taltek?
16.
Scar?
18.
Ooh, high roller.
This is not gonna be fun.
Lethartha?
17.
Ooh, some very high rollers. Okay. Scar, you're first. You look over and with Taltek, and you see these beady eyes of a lizard folk-looking creature, kind of glaring at you like, "What the fuck? Who are you? Why are you here?" And the door behind him is open, by the way. That's what he looks like, by the way. Put it in his Discord.
So
We can use it as an excuse, guys. They busted down the door first.
here. Casting Red of Orb. Nine.
Okay, 9 unfortunately does not hit.
12. 2.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Nope. Okay.
No.
All right, Lethartha, you're up.
Oh. How many feet can I move?
Each square is 5 feet, so 6 squares.
Okay. I think I would. I think I want to use that scroll I got.
Okay.
Because it has. Oh wait.
So it says it's so basically a 1 foot ball of acid streaks to a square of your choice and explodes in a 20-foot radius sphere. Each creature has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Basically in the center of them all.
Okay.
So I don't reach them all. Yeah.
come on, let me make the sphere bigger. There we go.
That's really big.
I mean, that's 20 feet.
That's 20 feet?
20 feet
20-foot
sphere.
radius.
Yeah, it's huge.
Oh.
So it wouldn't
It would.
hit so Taltech, you would be fine, because if you exploded in the middle of the room, the walls are going to prevent it from going further.
Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so yes, I want to do that.
Okay, yeah.
And
So
then-
essentially, it would fill this space because it can't go more.
Yeah.
Let's see, 20.
Spell saving DC throw or saving throw DC is 15, and the attack bonus is +7.
Okay, so they have to make a
And
Dex saving throw.
I guess.
Yes. Fail for the first one. We go through them. Okay, so there are. Somebody keep track for me. So A failed, B failed, C failed. Oh my gosh. D failed, E failed. Holy fuck. Yeah, they all failed. None of them rolled above an 11. Like, oh my god. Okay.
Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your damage.
That's that was 10d8.
So the Viltrochic. Oh my god. The sphere is going to be 5d4 acid, or I'm sorry, 10d4 acid damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, now that's a lot of damage.
Good. So 10d4.
Mm-hmm. 10d4.
I love it. 29.
You kill all of them. They don't have that many hit points.
Okay, good. I think Teltec, you should take their heads or their bodies. Because how big are they?
So they're medium sized. So they're humanoid sized.
They're
Be like,
person
hey,
size.
look what I found trying to break in.
No, so the explosion happens. We're out of combat, by the way. They all die, and they all begin to melt. Their bodies are just melting into acid, pools of acid. However, as they scream or go to, they don't even get to scream. They go, and it just gurgles. You see that there is a trap door right here. That looks like the boards have been pried away, and one of them was trying to hand some of the treasure, the loot, down the tunnel that's down there.
Oops, sorry.
Right here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Put it right there.
We can see the trap door, and it's like the boards are pried up and you can access it, or
Yes.
the boards are partially pried up and they couldn't.
No, they came from that way. It drops down about 8 feet, and then there's a tunnel underneath. And they had like the boards were partially nailed down, and they kind of pushed them up. It's kind of like a trapdoor that was partially nailed down to make it look real and genuine, but they kind of pried it up and then swung the boards up.
Is there anything left from them in the room?
So there were 3 wagons worth of treasure that was unloaded. It looks like 2 of the wagons worth of treasure is gone. Like the crates that they were in are opened and emptied, and one of them was in the process of closing it back up. It's kind of like going through customs. They were nailing them back down, and the other one had pried it open, and you can see that there is some of the loot in there. There's gold and valuables and other items in there. Not like physical like gold coins, but like there's candlesticks, things like silverware, any kind of like things that would be of value to people.
Okay. So it's not like, okay. I want to go down. Who wants to go?
Viston, are you going to join them at all?
Honestly, I have a very bad feeling about all this. But,
I mean, you don't have to hang out with them. You can go do whatever you want.
I honestly don't know at this point.
This can get very interesting.
I mean, you just destroyed all the lizard folks that were there trying to, you know, steal the treasure. Or not really steal the treasure, but do something with the treasure.
Yeah, I think we'll be looked at in a good light.
I think we'll look at us in light is by lighting us on fire.
Yeah.
So have we rummaged through the stuff that's there real quick? Because we probably only have a minute or two before everybody wakes up and wonders what that funny smell is.
No, as far as you know, there was. I mean, the spell went off. There was no. It's not a loud spell. It's just a. It's like dropping like water.
Yeah, but now you have melting lizard folk in the basement.
Yeah, but nobody seems to notice right now.
Okay, let's root through what's here.
Which is what I told you.
Yeah.
It's like valuables from somebody's home, silverware, teapots,
Junk from Greenwich, probably.
and other houses, other places nearby. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's valuable, but it's not stuff you can just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna stuff this in my bag and I can just sell it." There's value to it, yes, but it also has sentimental value. But like, it's not something you can easily just walk around with.
Ooh, dump the gnome crap out onto the floor and leave it on the floor.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Okay, it's a dump. Yeah.
Okay.
And the gold is kept, right?
What
Caltech.
gold? There was no
We
gold.
got to see
We
it.
literally saw you take it.
You literally took it in front of them. Like they.
All
Yeah.
right, I shoved Caltech down the hole.
Ah! Make a dex save for me, Taltech. That's it. You have to beat it like a 3. You're fine. You kind of stumble and are like, oh, what the fuck? I managed to make you land
Get
just
in the
fine.
hole.
Get in the goddamn hole. Okay.
I'm going down.
You jump down the hole and there's no light. So unless you guys have dark vision, it's just
I do.
okay. I think.
You guys now?
Oh yeah. So I think all of you do.
Star got the goggles.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Scar. You can't see anything. You're like, what the fuck? You put the goggles on. And you're like blinking. You're like, okay, I can see now. So you can see in shades of gray up to 60 feet in front of you.
Sweet.
So you can see the tunnel. It kind of zigzags a little bit, or kind of curves following. Like it's not like a solid straight tunnel, but it does dip a little bit and then continues heading east. It heads towards the swamp area.
Oh, was the song coming with us or not?
You have no idea.
Well, cause
I don't know either. I don't know what I want to do.
Well, Viston, if you don't go anything, your adventure in this D&D party will be over because you either stick with the party or you don't. There is no in between.
Okay then. I guess I'll go with that.
Okay. You jump in jump in behind him. Okay. So you guys can hear commotion down the tunnel. You run, kind of follow the tunnel. It goes about 700 feet or so before it kind of comes up. It starts to slope upward and then comes out into the middle of the swamp. And you push, or it was pushed aside. There was a boulder pushed in front of the opening, and you guys are there. You see that there are a couple of lizard folk that kind of like you feel like they might have spotted you or smelled you or something, but they are taking like over their shoulders and they are running further into the mire. Is what it is. But they're taking the loot that direction.
after them. We might want to follow after them.
Fireball that shit.
I feel like a fireball would be such a waste of a bunch of lizard folk.
It
A
actually
fireball
would
would be
be.
a really big overkill.
Yeah.
What's a fireball? It's like something d8s
It's
in a. Oh yeah, 8d6 in what's the radius on a fireball?
Sphere.
Yeah, it's really big.
As big as the acid ball.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah, the fireball
It's,
is.
they're both like equivalently concerned.
Yeah.
Although
it's
it's
a-
altered though as evoker.
Okay, so as you guys
I
are
would say we hold the fireball.
So as you guys are looking around, the lizard folk kind of disappear into the brush. They're gone. You lose sight of them. You look down and you can see some of the loot that had been left behind. There does look to be, this looks like a staging ground. Like they have unloaded stuff here before, lots of times in the past. It is a well-used campsite for that. Just as a reminder, your goal is to find out where this treasure is being taken.
Yeah, can I track them?
You can
Yeah,
certainly try. Yes, it is nighttime, so if you wanted to wait around until morning, it would be easier. Or you can try and go now if you want.
Are we trying to go now, guys? Or do you guys want to wait in the morning? The sooner we get over there.
I'd rather just do it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it. Then you roll a survival check. You will have disadvantage on it since it's nighttime.
Oh. Question.
Would he still have disadvantage if I tried helping Scar?
No, it would give you just regular straight roll.
So, do we all have disadvantage or just me?
Whoever is making the roll. If somebody is helping you, then you have just a straight roll.
I can make the roll on a +5. Unless someone has
Yeah. I have a +3.
Well, if
I
you
mean, I
can
can
help
help
me,
you.
then I'll make a straight roll.
Yeah. What I can do is I can help you. It'll be a
Okay.
straight roll.
Okay.
Free casting.
Well,
Wait.
What?
So you have +5, Scar? For
Yes.
survival?
Yeah.
Okay. That works.
all right.
Whoa! Wait.
What are you casting?
Nobody's casting anything, or shouldn't be
No,
casting.
that's fine, so you can help me. Like, what do you? Well,
Oh.
what's your?
So he uses the help action, is what it's called, and
Oh.
the help action will give you advantage on it. But since you have disadvantage, it's basically just making it so you just have a straight roll.
Yeah, okay.
Known as the reach around.
Oh,
14.
okay. You seem to find a trail after a few minutes and can head. It leads further into the mire. All right. Go ahead and roll one more time for me, Scar.
Do we have a map for this whole swampy area?
We do not know.
24.
Whoa.
24. Okay. So you follow the trail till the few hours go by, and you're continuing to feel pretty confident with it. The sun begins to rise, and you every now and then with your the first 14 you found the trail, but you didn't really maybe about 3 hours in you're like, okay, I think I'm following the right trail. But on the 24, you start finding little baubles that are dropped here or there by accident. There's a candlestick that's sticking in the ground. Another, maybe an hour later, you find like a spoon that's been dropped. Looks like it might have fallen out or something. Another hour later, you find what looks to be a sack that have been dropped, and inside are parts of a chessboard. There's like a king and a rook that are made of gold. They're worth like one gold each if you want to write them down. But you're definitely on the right path. But you do feel like you're going to be on this for quite a while. You guys have not rested yet. No, I have not taken a long rest yet. So if you wanted to stop and take a long rest, you may, or you can keep going. It's up to you. I will say,
I'm good.
I will say, if you keep going, you will have to make an exhaustion save. It's just you just roll a d20. You make a Constitution saving throw, is what it is.
I can just rest. No.
I say we just rest at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Agreed.
Well, just so you guys know, if I remember correctly, the Constitution saving throw is like a 10 to start, so it's not super difficult. But the more you go, so every 8 hours you'd have to make another roll, and it just gets harder and harder the longer you go.
Just rest.
Also, my hand crossbow, so everybody's aware that if combat begins and all of us are asleep, we all automatically wake up.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nice.
As long as it's not.
As long as it's not a magic sleep.
I did see a spell for that.
But they're trying to put me under
Blown
magic
person
sleep.
to
They
take
have disadvantage, I believe.
Okay, so long rest?
Yeah.
Sure, a long rest.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off a long rest.
Yep.
And then we're actually going to stop there.